on November 10th.
And we are live. Welcome to the 1K Master Class, where I am helping you go from broke to paid as fast as possible in this master class. Gang, I could not be more excited. Oh my gosh, gang, it is going to be a fun night. I am pumped. It should be a lot of really helpful info for you. If you want to go from broke to paid as fast as possible, do me a favor. If you are here, let me know in the chat. I would love to talk with you. I would love to interact with you. If you've not already, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. But we're going to dive into a lot of really helpful info tonight, because I was once where you were. I was once a struggling broke video editor, struggling, right, to figure out how to build my business, to scale and to earn money. But that's not the case anymore, right? I've been able to build a business. I've been able to earn money. And now my goal is to help other people do the same. I want to help you have 1K months consistently. I want to help you go from broke to paid as fast as possible. And that's what tonight is all about. This is not some used car salesman trick. This is not some way where you're going to buy my multi-level marketing scheme. This is real tactical advice to help you grow your business. So I hope you're ready. I hope you are ready, because gang, it's about to be fun. It's about to be the biggest blast that we can possibly have. Okay, so I hope you're ready, because it's gonna be baller. Who do we got in here right now? Anybody we got in here? Let's pop on over to the video details. Let's take a look. Check out the stream content. Make sure we're doing okay. Awesome. Looks like we're doing okay. Looks like we're doing all right. So that's fine. Perfect. We're going to dive right in to the info. Now, let me just ping one person real quick. So make sure they get in here, because they were talking about wanting to be a part. Awesome. Good deal. Also, for those of you who are signed up for my email list tonight, what is up, Abdul? Dude, so glad you're here. So pumped you are here, my man. It's about to be awesome. Hey, just so you guys know, tonight I'll be dropping the courses that if you're signed up for my email list, you will get them for free. If you're not signed up for my email list yet, I'll have more info about those courses later on in this presentation. But for those of you who are part of my email list, just so you know, those course stuff will be dropping tonight. One will be dropping tonight, one will be dropping tomorrow. So just so you're aware, be on the heads up about that. It's going to be pretty awesome. But hey, our goal tonight is we want to go from broke to paid, and we want to help you do just that, because my goal, right, is that you are hang on, my presentation's being done. My goal is that you are able to build your business. That's my only goal. My only goal is to help you build your business, right? And I'm going to build my business in the process, but I'm going to help you get rich at the same time. You see the shadow in the background? That's my dog, okay? Give it up for the doggy in the chat, because we're going to get going. Let's pull up here. We got a lot of content. We're going to pop through it tonight. This is our Broke to Paid Masterclass, friends. Our Broke to Paid Masterclass tonight only, and a lot of free stuff available to those of you who are signed up for the email list. So let's get diving in. Welcome to a journey that will take you from a struggling video editor to thriving as a video editor, because that's what we want, right? We want to go from struggling to thriving. We want to go from broke to paid. We no longer want to be one of those people who are sitting here like editing for pennies. No, we want to edit well products that are done well, that earn us money and allow us to have a living. And so I'm going to help you do that by helping you earn your first $1,000 as a video editor. Let's keep going. The problem, right? Many video editors struggle financially due to low rates, unpaid work, and a lack of clients. This leads to burnout and frustration. Maybe you've been there, right? Maybe you've been at a point where like you pitched yourself and it's been a cheap rate, right? Maybe you've edited for $25 and you're like, oh, I'm never going to earn a ton of money. Or maybe, right, you've given work to a client and they haven't paid you. That sucks too. And maybe you just can't find clients. That's even worse, right? Not being able to find clients who are willing to pay you and give you money for the work that you do. you, that is crud, dude. That sucks. And so tonight we're going to talk kind of about all through those situations and how we get there, right? We're going to talk about how we get there, right? Because the solution is we're going to develop a framework to find the right clients. We're going to master personal branding. And last but not least, we're going to get that bag. If you're in the chat right now, give me a bag emoji, right? We want that money. That's why we're here, right? We want to go from broke to paid. We want to get the bag. And so tonight, that's what it is all about, right? We're going to develop frameworks that allow us to find clients. We're going to master our personal branding, and we're going to get the bag. Awesome. Let's dive into this by first telling you my own story. I started video editing back in October of 2022 as a freelance video editor because I was getting married, right? I was getting married, and my day job, which I love, it's a phenomenal day job, right? Is a salary cap, right? I can only go so high up in the salary range. And I was looking at this wedding that I had to help pay for and stuff I had to take care of for my wife. And I was like, man, I could use some extra cash. All right. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Never been afraid of some hard work. And I started video editing. And in my first month, I earned $500. And the next month, I earned $1,000, right? So like I found scale and proof of concept in this video editing platform and in the ability to create content as a video editor, right? And I was able to do it, but along the way I ran into some issues, right? I ran into some issues because eventually along the way I started editing projects I didn't love that were causing me burnout. I was doing projects for clients who were bad clients, who were frustrating clients, and I hated that. It wasn't a fun process working for those people. And so, right, I walked out of this scenario frustrated. And the more I talked to all of my friends, the more I realized they were struggling with the exact same thing. So that's why I went ahead and I developed things like my Clarify framework, right? My broke to paid framework to allow me, right, to decide who I will edit for and who I won't edit for. And actually, I have a video dropping on the channel about that later this weekend, right? It's all about how you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table because you're editing for the wrong clients. But when you're a strategic video editor, you edit for the right clients and you use the right clients to help get you paid. So let's kind of keep going here, right? So we're going to move my big old head out of here and we're going to pop me up here for a second so you guys can look at my broke to paid framework. And we're going to spend a little bit of time here, okay? We're spending a little bit of time here because we want to go from broke to paid, gang. That's what we want to do. We want to go from broke to paid as fast as possible, okay? And so we're going to start this out here, right? Because the first step we have to decide when going from broke to paid is what problem do you solve, right? What is your unique problem that you specifically solve? And as I was thinking about that for my own story, right, in my own journey, I realized the best videos I like to create and the videos I have the most fun creating are talking head educational videos. Videos like this, where I'm sitting here talking to you, having an honest conversation, a thoughtful conversation, right? And so that was my unique problem that I began to solve for, right? Like I create high quality videos for talking head YouTubers, right? That means I'm not doing gaming content. That means I'm not filming for brands. That means I'm not doing other content that maybe I would enjoy, right? Because that's going to cost me more money on the table later and lead to burnout and frustration. No, I'm going to do the content that I can niche down on, focus in on, and uniquely solve well, right? So what problem do you solve? If you're in the chat, do me a favor and you're thinking about this, let me know. What problem do you solve? I would love to hear about what problem you specifically solve as a video editor, right? But then when I know the problem I solve, right, like I create high quality videos for talking head YouTubers, I now get to decide who do I solve it for? Who is that audience? My audience is talking head YouTubers, but I can niche down on that audience even further, right? So I've decided I love working primarily with small YouTubers, right? I love working with small YouTubers, and I classify a small YouTuber as anyone under, right? Anyone under 50,000 subscribers, okay? Anyone under 50,000 subscribers, that's my bread and butter. That's what I want to work for, right? So who do you solve your problem for? Is it large YouTubers? Is it big YouTubers? What value proposition do you bring to the table? Now, once you kind of have that, right? And these all build upon each other. Like that's one of the things I want you to notice as this flows, right? Like when you discover your problem and who do you solve it for, they all kind of start to flow together. That's why it's like this cool little flow chart I kind of got going on here. But once you know who you solve it for, I want you to ask, where do they live? Where do the people you solve a problem for live? Because that matters, friends. You want, right, to solve your problem for people, and you need to show up to where those people live. You need to be in their face. You need to be communicating with them. You need to be chatting with them. You need to be having authentic conversations with them, right? Like, that's the point of creating content and creating it well. So you need to show up where they live, and then you need to figure out what platform they're on. Like, where do those people create? Because maybe you're not a video editor who wants to do YouTubers, right? Maybe you want to do small businesses. Okay, what platform do small businesses live on? Probably LinkedIn, probably a couple other platforms. Okay, let's go to these platforms. Let's try and now start positioning ourselves in that community and in that platform as experts, right? Because that means we show up consistently. Okay, you and I show up consistently. And so really that question, where do you create, right? What platform do you create on, is all about you showing up consistently and building your personal brand. Because here is the reality of video editors on Twitter. I want you, like, at the end of this class, go on Twitter and look up video editors. You will see so many bots, so many people using ChatGPT for their, like, social media profile, and it shows, right? All that kind of stuff. Instead of building a highly profitable personal brand, instead of being themselves, instead of showing authentically, right, what kind of content they create. And so really the challenge for you, right, is if you want to stand out in a crowded market, is to build a highly profitable brand and create content. Okay. Create content that shows off the kind of edits you can create, that helps you build your unique value proposition. I now help video editors go from broke to paid. That's the specific problem I solve these days, right? And so I'm creating on Twitter and I'm creating on YouTube content to help video editors succeed and build their business, right? That's what I'm all about these days. I want to help video editors succeed and build their business. So that means I'm showing up consistently on a couple platforms. Those platforms include Twitter and YouTube, right? What platforms are you showing up consistently to build your content on, right? What platforms are you showing up consistently to build your content on? And so this is really the broke to paid framework. It's 5 questions. What problem do you solve? Who do you solve it for? Where do they live? Where do you create? And then how often are you going to show up, right? And to show up consistently, and by building that rhythm, right? By following this framework, you will go from broke to paid. I promise you, you will go from broke to paid if you follow this framework, because you are niching down on a specific audience that you are now creating for. Okay, you are niching down on a specific audience that you are now creating for. It's way different, right, if you create for everybody, because if you create for everybody, you're actually creating for nobody, right? You're not building a business. But if you create for somebody, if you solve a problem for somebody, then hey, guess what? You're now building a business. You're now solving a problem, and it's really awesome. And then you can scale that. And so that's really what it comes down to, right? The broke to paid framework is, we're going to figure out what problem do we solve? Who do we solve it for? Where do they live? Where do you, the video editor, create? And then how often are you showing up? If you have any questions, be sure to throw those in the chat for me. I would love to talk about that with you. But really the question of the night is, what unique problem do you solve? What unique problem do you yourself solve? Because that, my friends, is the real game changer about this scenario, right? Like, you want to be able to figure out, like, hey, I solve XYZ problem as a video editor. Now, next up, we're going to kind of scale down a little bit further, and we're going to go through 3 steps of building your video editing business, my friends. 3 steps to building your video editing business. Step number 1 was, we're going to niche down. That's exactly what we talked about right here, right? We talked about niching down, all about in this previous category, because when you edit for everybody, you actually edit for nobody. So by creating a specific niche, right, you are going to strategically create content that matters, and you're going to strategically edit for people who you love to edit for. But from there, right, after you niche down, you have to build a portfolio. You have to build a highly skilled portfolio. A portfolio is incredibly important if you want to succeed as a video editor, because how do I know you can do the work? How do I know? You're just telling me you can, but can you actually? Right? Like, can you actually do the work? And so that's what a portfolio helps our clients understand is like, no, hey, here I have the skills and I want to work with you. And I suggest a 30-second video editing reel. And actually the Build Your Portfolio course that I am dropping for those on my email list tonight is all about that. It's all about building your 30-second reel so you can thrive and succeed as a video editor. From there, right? Like, you want to create content consistently. I'm a big advocate for being on Twitter as a video editor and sharing strategic content as a video editor that allows you to grow your business. It's super important, right? Like, because it allows you to stand out from this crowd of bots. Man, Twitter is full of video editor bots, these people who will flood your DMs. I'm going to pull up my Twitter account right now on my phone, and I'm just going to like scroll for a second in my message request because, dude, like boom, like we have all sorts of spam here, right? And then also even more spam right here of people who like are like in my DMs trying to be like, hey, I'll edit for you, even though I've never asked them to edit for me, right? Like, and these are a lot of people who come across as bots, right? Because they're not actually creating meaningful content. They're just going, hey, let me edit for you. Here's my portfolio. Bam, right? Like, and that's not a healthy way to create content. And it's not a healthy way to even pitch yourself, right? That's not a good way to pitch yourself. It's a really bad way to pitch yourself. And so part of creating content consistently is building your personal brand so you can strategically pitch yourself better, right? Like, you want to strategically pitch yourself as a video editor better than just being like, oh, hey man, let me edit for you, because like that just doesn't work these days, especially because most people think the people who are just sending one sentence and a tweet are bots, right? So like, let's not be bots. Let's not be people who look like bots. Let's build a highly profitable personal brand that allows our business to get paid. And so this is what I love to go through with clients. It's a content creation pyramid, and this is going to help you go from broke to paid, right? And the idea is, right, with this pyramid is that you, as the video editor, are going to create content that leads to revenue, right? You're going to create content that leads to revenue, but to create content that leads to revenue, you need to have an amazing idea. Okay. You need to have an amazing idea. And so the idea on the pyramid is the biggest part because, dude, I believe the idea is the most important thing. If you have a great idea, people will come. How have I built my email list over the past month from nothing? Well, I had a great idea. I'm going to help video editors go from broke to paid as fast as possible in 10 minutes a week. I'm going to help you go from broke to paid, right? And so people have been signing up for that like crazy, and it's been awesome and it's been fun. A lot of you who are here tonight probably have signed up for my email list. If you haven't, links in the description. Get signed up for it. But right, all of that to be said, right, like the idea has to be incredibly good before you're ever making revenue. From there, then, right, you need to make good content, right? You need to make really good content. And so for video editors, a lot of the times, I think this is tutorial videos. I think this is videos that is showing off the kind of edits you create. I think it's reels. I think it's posting like, hey, before and after videos of like what I did for a client. I think those are really powerful and really impactful. And then from there, it's marketing, right? Like, how do your social profiles set you apart from being a video editor anywhere else, right? Like, that's a big deal. And then last but not least, that'll lead to revenue. That will lead to you getting paid because you've built a solid idea, you've built solid content, you've done good marketing, and now people will pay you. People pay me to coach them. Some of you on this live stream maybe have been paid me to coach you, right? Like, that is one of the best things about this is I've created content now from building a really solid idea and have now leveraged it into revenue for my business because, right, I have a solid idea. I've done really good with content. I'm marketing myself well, and it has led to revenue. It has led to revenue. So we're going to hop over here real quick because I'm going to pull up something. Because I want to pull up my Twitter account for you guys to see here real quick. Okay. I want to pull my Twitter account up for y'all because I think this will be helpful for a lot of you. So we're going to pop back over here. Awesome. Oh, well, now you can see that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch that over to, hang on. Can I get to it? I have a new tab for Chrome. That's not what I want. I hate it when a stream doesn't. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Thanks for bearing with me in the difficulties, but I want to show this to you guys. This is my Twitter account. This is my personal Twitter account. I'm even going to pull in the analytics here for a second. So premium analytics, we'll open that in a new tab and we'll pop that over here in a second. But this is my analytics from the past 7 days. Okay. Past 7 days, we've gained 7 new followers. That's down 12%. We're up 73%, right? Like we have all this kind of cool stuff happening here in my analytics from my Twitter account. And what you can see is my Twitter account is not a ton of followers. It's 622, right? Like we're not sitting here at like millions of followers, but we are sitting here at a decent amount of followers. And what I've been able to build, right, is been able to build an audience that responds and engages with me because I'm posting a lot of tweets that have to do with the value of growing my business, right? And so like even here, like this was, right, a tweet saying, hey, struggling to get clients, tired of not earning money, then you need to sign up for this class that we're in right now, right? And a link to my email list, a simple video about it, right? And then I'm posting other stuff, right? Like I'm posting the videos I'm creating on YouTube, which are designed to help video editors grow and succeed. I'm posting, right, this thing about, hey, here I am filming today, right? Like all that kind of stuff to show off my skill set, right? So like, and I'm doing all of this stuff to branch out and to build myself, right, a highly consistent portfolio that leads to revenue. I create a step-by-step guide, right, to go from broke to paid. I'm tweeting that out, right? Like it's all that kind of stuff, which if you haven't read that article, you need to go back and read that article. It is baller. It's a really good article to help you go from broke to paid. A lot of great info in there. But right, we're also going to hop over here real quick because the past 28 days, I've gotten 30,000 impressions. Gang, I've gotten 30,000 impressions in the past 28 days from my little Twitter account. That's just the last 28 days, right? Can we go to home real quick? Because, man, that's down from the previous 28 days because October, right, we did 32K. September, we did 90K, right? Look at that follower count jump up in September when I was pushing really hard and on Twitter or X every day, right? Like that is one of those things, right? Like you can build a highly profitable brand that gets you noticed, that leads to revenue, even if you're at zero right now. Even if you're at zero, you can do this. I really, really, really do believe that because, friends, it is all about, okay, doing what you need to do so that you can grow and succeed. Okay, all about doing that. So we're gonna hop back over here to window capture. Boom. Nope, not that one. Not that one. That one. Awesome. Thanks for bearing with me. It's my first live stream in a long while, especially doing multiple tabs, and it has been it's been a lot, so I'm pumped. Hey, hopefully if you're here joining us tonight, you're getting some value from this live stream. If you are getting value from this live stream, please let me know in the chat. I would love to hear from you, love to talk to you. Hope you're having a good night. This has been a lot of fun, gang. It's been a lot of fun so far, even just kind of processing through some of this information, because I think it's really important to go as a video editor. How do I go from broke to paid, right? Like how do I personally succeed with my brand so that I can thrive? Because that's really what we want as video editors. We want to thrive. Like we want to earn the amount of money that allows us to do what we want to do. What I do say here, good value. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. It really, really does, more than you know. Like it means a ton to hear you say that. And so really, really do appreciate hearing that. We're going to be diving into a couple more things tonight, and then we're going to call it a night. But we got a couple more things we're going to go through here to really help you go through it. And then also, if you're signed up for the email list, you will get access to bonus courses that I'll talk about here in just a moment as we get closer to the evening closing out. But just so you know, right, you're going to get $400 worth of free courses if you are a part of this masterclass. So if you are not already signed up for the email list, do it. Link in description. But we're going to go down here to a weekly calendar. Here's the thing I talked when most video editors tell me, right, when we're talking through stuff, is that they struggle, right, to get money, right? Or they struggle to build their business because they feel like they don't have time, right? They feel like they don't have time. And I'll be real with you, right? Like, I think that's a cop out more often than not. I think you have more time than you think you do. And you need to do a classic thing of simply just a time audit that allows you to go, hey, this is the amount of time that I have in a week. What am I going to do with it, right? What am I going to personally do with it? And so I like to, like, you can use Google Calendar, you can use this, right? Like anything you want to just go, hey, here's my day, right? From 5 to 10, right? Where it's like, all right, what can I do with my time? And the reason I cut out 9 to 5 in here is because a lot of people have 9 to 5 jobs, right? A lot of people have 9 to 5 jobs. It's going to be really hard, right, to build your business during a 9 to 5 job. And so don't do it during your 9 to 5 job. That's not cool to your employer. So instead, right, build it in your off hours. And so really, like for me personally, right, like I have 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. most days, and then I have 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Some days where I can build my business. And so really, right, like what I want you to do is do a time audit. Ask yourself, are you playing too many video games? Are you watching too much Netflix? Right? Like those are things you can ask yourself to really kind of process through. Am I setting aside enough time to go from broke to paid? Because I think the reason people don't go from broke to paid oftentimes is they're not willing to put in the work, right? Because you have an excuse after excuse after excuse. When the reality is, man, dude, go to bed earlier and get up at 5 a.m. and crush your personal branding. Get up at 5 a.m. and crush a client edit, right? Like that's the answer, right? To get up and do the work. The answer is not to complain about it. The answer is to strategically scale your time to get the work done. So next steps as a video editor, your journey from going from broke to paid involves building a strong portfolio, networking, and marketing yourself, right? You want to network well with other video editors, and you want to market yourself in a strategic way that allows you to go from broke to paid, and also build that portfolio. Build that portfolio. I'm going to jump all the way back here for 1 second, right? This was the big crux of our evening tonight, and I wanted to really stop here for one more second before we go on to a couple bonus stuff that I want to share with you guys, right? Like, you, as a video editor, have to discover what problem do you solve, right? What problem do you solve? Because you edit for everybody, you edit for nobody. So what problem do you solve? Who do you solve it for? Where do those people live? Figure out where they live. What platforms are they on? Are they on Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever, right? Then that will dictate where do you as a video editor create. And last but not least, dude, show up consistently. Show up consistently, right? Like there are people who are willing to pay you as a video editor. Just the other day, I'm going to pull it up on my phone because I don't want to reveal the source because it was a private conversation, but I was talking to a YouTuber. They have, let me see here. I'm going to pull up their YouTube channel. They have 3,000 subscribers. Okay, 3,000 subscribers. And I was talking with them and I said, hey man, can I shoot a couple questions your way about like video editing and how much you pay per video? And so I asked him, I said, how much would you be willing to pay for a video? He says, I would be willing to pay $150 to $250 per video. And I said, awesome, great to hear. All that kind of stuff, right? So like he's willing to do that, right? He's willing to pay $150 to $250 for a 10-minute video, right? A 10-minute video. Dude, that's awesome. That's great work. If that video takes you an hour or 2 hours, you're still netting $100 an hour if you're getting paid $200, $125 an hour if you're getting paid $250, right? Like, dude, that's awesome, right? Like you can scale and build your business. It's possible. It's real, right? It just requires you being willing to do so, right? It just requires you being willing to put in the work. And so, dang, I've super loved being a part of this live stream with you today. I'm going to pull up one thing here real quick as we kind of close out our time together in this masterclass, because I want to share with you the bonuses of being a part of this masterclass, right? Being a part of this masterclass. And so these will go out later tonight for those people who are signing up for the email list late. I want to give you a chance to do it, but we're going to have a Build Your Portfolio mini course that launches tonight, right? This Build Your Portfolio mini course is going to help you build your 30-second reel as quick as possible. And I'm super pumped about it. It's 5 modules that you're going to kind of walk through to build your portfolio and start creating content to build your personal brand. And then we're also going to talk about launching your product mini course, because one of the things that helps video editors go from broke to paid sooner rather than later is having an amazing product that they also can sell. So one of the guys that I love, I'm going to pull up his Twitter account real quick because he is a baller video editor, and I'm going to give him a shout out. He's a buddy of mine. His name is Ben. And if you're not following Ben, you need to be following Ben, because he has some of the best resources for video editing on the planet, and he is highly underrated, this bro. Highly underrated. So give me 1 second here. Is it this one? Nope. It's not that one. That one. Perfect. So this is Ben. Okay. And he's created this thing called the Video Editor Starter Pack, and the Video Editor Starter Pack is awesome. I use it in some of my videos. It is phenomenal. I want to give a shout out to my dude Ben. He is phenomenal, right? He's got lens flares, motion graphics that are easy to install, great music that you can use in your things, sound effects, right? Like, this is a 10 out of 10 product. I actually wrote this review that's at the top of his YouTube page, right? But man, dude, on Gumroad, he has tons of stuff, right? He has his Video Editor Starter Pack. He has a glitchy text motion graphic template. He has this 4K search bar. He has a Colin and Samir text simulator, an animated particle background, right? Like, he has all of these dope products that he's selling, and a couple of them are free lead magnets, right? To get your email and to get you to be a part of what he's doing, right? But also, the Video Editor Starter Pack is a $75 product that he has created that allows video editors, right? It gives them gradients, basic titles, simple effect presets, right? Like, all this kind of really cool stuff that you can use in your video editing. It is a baller product. And so I want to give a shout out to it. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what the Launch Your Product course is going to help you do. It's going to help you figure out how to launch products like this, right? And so Ben, one thing I love is he's taking a lot of advice into like really like doing great job tweeting stuff, talking about stuff, and sharing meaningful stuff about his business on Twitter. And it's working for him, man. Like, he is growing, he is succeeding, and I'm pumped to see it. But dude, like, it is fun to see other video editors out there like Ben who can crush it and create really cool products and even free products that lead to revenue. And that's what you as a video editor need to be thinking about, because at the end of the day, right, being a video editor will only ever pay so much, and you either have to build an agency, right, to scale your brand and to earn more money, or you have to build strategic products, right, that'll scale your agency and to scale your brand. And so the Launch Your Product mini course will help you do just that. That's dropping tomorrow for anybody and everybody who is interested. So, but to get it, you got to be signed up for the email list. You got to be signed up for the email list. So do yourself a favor, get signed up for the email list. Hey, I have a couple minutes left over here, and so I want to ask, as I straighten out my hat, friends, do you have any questions? Any questions that I can answer for you tonight before we call it a night, right? I want to make sure that you feel like, hey, I got a ton of value out of this class. I want to feel like, hey, I made sure that this was worth your while. So I just want to ask you, any questions that you need answered this evening that I can help you with? Any questions you need answered that I can help you with? Abdul, any questions I can help you with, brother? Any questions? If not, it's okay. We'll call it a night. But I just want to make sure that if you have questions, you have my undivided attention, and now's the time to do it. So I want to make sure we're good. I did say one person will get a coaching call. I almost forgot. Dude, Abdul, I did forget about that, dude. And you were the only person who's chatted with me tonight. So guess what, Abdul? You win the coaching call. It's that simple when you're the only one here, dude. Thank you for reminding me, first off. And two, I'm going to go ahead and you shoot me a message on Twitter, okay? And we're going to get that coaching call scheduled. Sound good? We'll get that coaching call scheduled immediately. Shoot me a message on Twitter and we'll get that handled. Sound good, brother? Awesome. I know we've chatted on Twitter before and you're in the Discord. So yeah, dude, we'll make that happen. It'll probably just be a Discord call that we'll do, and we'll make sure we get that taken care of. So Perfect, man. Perfect. Congrats on winning that call. I almost forgot about that, dude. I say a lot of stuff and I almost forgot. I took a fat nap before this live stream. Can I be real? Like, I took a real fat nap before this live stream. And so I woke up a little disoriented and I was like, oh shoot, I got to get going. So thank you for reminding me on that, man. I really appreciate it. Hey gang, it has been so good hanging out with you tonight, talking video editing, talking, growing our business. It has been phenomenal. And so, hey, I want to say one, I appreciate you. I really, really do. If you haven't already, click that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it if you did that and you joined the channel in that regard. The channel's blown up recently, dude. We are at 1,170 followers, which is kind of bonkers when you think about it. Like, really bonkers. Like, I am so stoked about that specifically. Because we are 1,172 subscribers is where we're at, and we are growing, right? And I am, gosh, that is just fun for me, right? So like our recent video did 771 views already, 14 hours of watch time. Like, I love it. It's been a lot of fun. It's fun to see stuff grow. I think that's the cool part. Like, it's really fun to see stuff grow. And so I'm loving that. I really, really am. So I just want to say, if you've been subscribed to the channel, if you've been supporting me on this video editing journey, thank you, right? Be a part of the channel because we got tons of free resources on the channel to help you grow your business. I have another video coming out tonight. I'm working on the thumbnail for it, but it's about the one question that's leaving thousands of dollars on the table. And so it's a little more in depth on that broke to paid framework. So we got a video about that kind of coming out, about if you had it for everybody, you actually had it. Oh, excuse me, for nobody. So we got a video about that coming out. And then we also have a video about Mr. Beast and what he can teach us about growing on YouTube coming out. And so I'm also going to be kind of creating more like strategic YouTube growth content. And actually, because the tech video did so well about the M3 MacBook, I'm going to be creating more tech videos around video editing because I think there's a lot of potential there to grow the channel that way too. And so that told me something and I'm going to go with it. So, hey, other than that, gang, I love your faces. Thanks for being here tonight. You guys are baller. We're going to end the stream. I love you. Abdul, hit me up on Twitter or Discord and we'll make it happen.